If you're buying a home, especially in a newer community, you're guaranteed to run into two things: HOAs and or Metro Districts. A lot of buyers assume these two things are the same thing, that they're just extra fees. However, they're not. One affects how your neighborhood is maintained and what rules the neighborhood lives under. The other can significantly impact your property taxes and your monthly payment. Before you fall in love with a house, you want to make sure you understand both. I'm Dre, and on this channel, I break down what it's like to live in the North Denver burbs, but I also strive to educate you on all things real estate. Today, we're discussing the differences between HOAs and Metro Districts and how this can affect you as a homeowner in these neighborhoods. First up, let's talk HOAs. An HOA is a homeowners association, and it's the organization that manages the community. Homeowners pay dues, usually monthly or quarterly, and that money goes towards shared expenses like landscaping in common areas, snow removal, pools, parks, or clubhouses, exterior maintenance in some communities, neighborhood standards, and enforcement. The goal is consistency. HOAs help keep the neighborhood looking maintained and protect property values over time. Fees vary widely depending on the amenities. A neighborhood with just entry landscaping might be relatively inexpensive, while one with a pool, gym, and clubhouse will cost more. HOAs also come with rules. Things like exterior changes, parking restrictions, rental policies, or even pet limits, so it's important to make sure that the community fits your lifestyle. One thing buyers often overlook is that HOA fees aren't always fixed. If the association doesn't have enough reserves for major repairs, they can issue what's called a special assessment, essentially a one-time bill to homeowners. That could be for roof replacement, structural repairs, insurance gaps, or deferred maintenance. So it's not just about the monthly fee. You also want to know whether the HOA is financially healthy and planning ahead. Now, Metro Districts are completely different. Let me explain. A Metro District is a special taxing district created to pay for the infrastructure of a new community. Things like roads, utilities, sewer systems, parks, and streetlights. Instead of the developer paying for all of that up front, the costs are financed and paid back over time through property taxes. So you usually won't see a separate Metro District fee, you'll just see higher property taxes. And those taxes can make a big difference in your monthly payment. Two homes with the same price can have very different payments depending on whether one sits in a Metro District and the other does not. Metro Districts aren't inherently bad, they're one of the reasons new communities can be built without pushing home prices dramatically higher up front. But buyers should be aware and understand how they affect long-term costs. Now, in a lot of newer communities, there are both a Metro District and an HOA. The HOA handles ongoing maintenance and neighborhood standards, while the Metro District pays for building the community itself. So when buyers only focus on the HOA fee, they can miss the bigger financial picture. Another important detail: Metro Districts aren't always permanent at the same level. They are typically tied to bonds used to fund the infrastructure, which can be refinanced or paid down over time. In some cases, taxes decrease. In others, they stay elevated for decades. That's why it's worth understanding the long-term outlook, not just the current number. At the end of the day, what actually matters is your monthly payment. From a practical standpoint, lenders qualify buyers based on monthly payment, not just purchase price. So a slightly cheaper home with higher taxes and fees can cost more per month than a more expensive home with lower taxes. That's why comparing total payment across neighborhoods is so important. Before buying in any community, I always suggest asking these questions first. What is the total monthly cost including taxes and HOA? Are there any upcoming special assessments or changes? What rules might affect how I want to live in the home? And what do I actually get for these costs? A little homework up front can prevent surprises later. Neither HOAs nor Metro Districts are automatically good or bad. They're just different ways communities are built and maintained. The important thing is to understand how it affects your payment, your lifestyle, and your long-term goals. If you're home shopping and want to understand the differences between communities and how they'll live and what they cost, hit me up. I'd love to walk you through it. And if you're looking for no fluff, no BS real estate advice, make sure that you like, subscribe, and follow. I'm Dre, and I look forward to seeing you next week.